Hey everyone. You know, on Monday, I kind of did an uncensored, uncut, emotional vlog about what had happened over the past 24 hours up to that point. Basically, what happened, and today we're going to have to go pick up the ashes, is we had to put my mom's cat to sleep. She was a good cat. She's in a better place now, and spiritually and essentially, I know it's kind of a hard word to say. She's still part of this house. I mean, it's like, it feels like she's not really gone. It feels like, as me and my mom would say, she's in the garage hiding like she would normally do, depending on where we lived. But yeah, apparently she was diagnosed with a cancer. It was an aggressive cancer. And it's funny that, she seemed to be okay like a couple of weeks prior, and then all of a sudden, I think it just started to hit her. Probably more so because now she started to get the sore in her mouth, which is a part of that. We can only assume it was because she was scratching the area, biting at it, because the hair was growing in, and just one thing led to another. And unfortunately, we had to put her down. We had to put her to sleep. But it was what God had planned for us to do, because it was a nice day. And then the next day we got, some rain, but you get those spritz of clouds and all that, and all of a sudden you get the light shining through like from heaven, and you get a rainbow the next day. So basically it was God's way, along with our cat, telling us that she's fine, she's happy now. She's with previous animals that have passed on in our families, running around the field, probably running into the dream house that my mom knows that she's going to have when the rapture happens and she goes to heaven along with everybody else, including me. So yeah, it's just been emotional. It was just emotional 24 hours this past Sunday and Monday. But anyway, one of the things I talked about is I used that opportunity to kind of talk about some things, to finally get some things off my chest, and kind of mention that life is just too short to be angry about stuff and be upset about stuff. And to me, honestly, one of the things I talked about, I'm going to get more elaborate here about it, is this whole CAW thing. I can understand some people being angry with me and being upset that I didn't ask for permission or anything to use the characters and the created characters and stuff. And I know it sounds like a broken record maybe to you guys, but I understand exactly where you're coming from. But what I think honestly, what you guys are failing to understand is, even though I understand where you're coming from and everything, what you fail to understand is when you pretty much upload your character onto a community creations area, whether it's a character, a fight, whether it's a created wrestler, a created fighter, a created sports team, created championship arena, you name it. When you upload them onto that community creations area in the game, you are basically allowing the people that also have that game and have access to a community creations area to download your creations. You give them access to do it. You're basically giving them permission to use your character or use your creation any way they seem fit. And honestly, to get angry over something like that, it's like I said on Monday, life's too short. It's too short to get angry about stuff like that. It's too short to be, just to be upset about things like that. I mean, it's like, it's not like somebody's artwork where you download it and then you downloaded it and you print it and you take it to a convention, and you sell it and pass it off as if it's something you did, and in reality it's actually something else somebody else did. It's not like that. This, it's not like that in any shape, form, or fashion. What you're doing here is you're allowing people, when you upload your creation, you're basically giving consent to people to use your creation any way they seem fit. True. I'm not gonna. True. You may not agree with how they use it. You may not agree that they're using my created fighter or my created wrestler or sports team in the created league, and I asked them not to. It's like, it's like you're basically allowing people to do all that when you upload your creation. Again, it's not like some kind of painting where somebody steals the painting, sells it, and passes it off as their own, or someone takes credit for a novel that they like, a novelization or a novel or a script that somebody else penned and wrote and typed up and finalized, and passing it off as their own. It's nothing like that. When you upload your character or your creation, you're essentially saying that whoever downloads it, now in a sense, you're giving permission to them to own that character when you upload it to the community creations. And again, I understand people can be upset about that, but you have to expect that. And it's not just here on YouTube or Daily Motion, it's on Twitch. It's on Vimeo, it's on VO, it's on Hitbox. It's everywhere. And honestly, if there's anything that was taught to me over this last weekend, and last Sunday, is life is too short, man. You cannot be angry over something that, you're going to recreate in the next series, in the next game, in the next installment of the series, which would be 2K19. You can't have pettiness over that. You can't be angry over that. You gotta expect that. Because if you don't want something like this to happen, and I've said this countless times, if you don't want something like this to happen, then don't upload your character. What you do, maybe you should communicate with your fellow CAW creators or creators. Tell them what you are going to do. Create your character. Maybe let them see a video, a private video or whatever, of what you're going to do, or an unlisted video of your character. Maybe show them in an unlisted or private way, hey, this is how you create them, and then they could create the character themselves, and then that way you don't have to worry about people uploading or downloading your character and using it for their stuff, for their league, or for whatever they got planned, because you didn't upload it. Instead, you and some other people you work with created the character on their own, and thus that helps connect you guys still across the board. But again, life is too short, man. We can't be angry over something that we're just going to recreate in the next installment. Besides, 2K18 is not perfect. Why are we getting angry over that? If it was a perfect game and there was no glitches and there was no slowdowns at times after you create something, then, or minimal slowdowns or whatever, or small slowdowns, then yeah, I can understand that. If it was a perfect game, I can understand that. But it's not, and we shouldn't get angry over that, guys. And it's like a lot of people have said, we should be appreciative at the fact that people want to use our creations. And by using them, they want to show us respect. They want to not only show us respect, but also basically come out and say, hey, we're telling all of you watching, check all these other guys out. Because you think, in all honesty, they won't tune into the Facebook created wrestling Facebook pages and see this? Of course they will. Truth is, we have to look at the fact that life is too short. It's too short for us to be angry over petty things like this. We need to enjoy it while we can. We need to be acceptable of the fact that we need to be acceptable and responsible at the fact that, hey, people are going to download our creations and they're going to use them any way they seem fit. You know, heck, if people want to download my created version of myself and job him out every chance they get, fine. I have no problem with that. Go ahead. But the truth is, we shouldn't be angry about it, man. Life's too short. We need to just look past this and be like, okay, this is a lesson we need to learn. Maybe next time we'll just create our character, record it, or record the way we create it, privately show it to our friends that we do these leaks with, or we co-contribute to these leaks with, and there you go. You don't have to worry about anybody else using your character without permission, because honestly, it's like I said before, when you upload a character or creation to a community creations area in your game, no matter if it's a WWE game, a UFC game, an NFL game, an NBA game, an MLB game, an NHL, when you upload your creation, whether it's a created wrestler, fighter, championship team, whatever, when you upload it, you're essentially giving permission for people to download it and use it as they please. Even the people at WWE 2K games, 2K18 and WWE games, and 2K themselves, even they would back people like me up on that. So, what I'm saying, folks, is life is too short. And stop being angry over stuff like this, okay? Just let it be. Just let things go, alright? Because you know what? Life's too short to be angry over stuff like this. That's all I'm going to say. You all have a good St. Patty's Day. God bless. Take care. And watch and drive safe today and tonight. It's going to be hectic.